I want to thank everyone for joining us and thank our panelists for being here with us today. I want to introduce you all to Nicoletta Di Bartolomeo, General Delegate and at Institut Polytechnique de Lyon, Laurine Planche, Admissions and Promotion Officer at ECAM LaSalle, Julie Pontvian, Head of International Relations at ITECH Lyon, Nicolas Guerret-Lucas, International Relations Coordinator and Incoming Mobility and Partnerships at CPE Lyon, and Martine de Bos, International Strategic Partnerships Officer at Isara. Welcome. It's a real pleasure to have you all here. As you can see, today we have with us all the representatives of different souls of IPL, and in fact, together with them, we're going to explore the world of academic excellence offered by the Lyon Polytechnic Institute. And also, we will discover in detail the programs provided by its four renowned Grandes Ecoles. And these four big and amazing schools are CPE, Chemistry and Chemical Engineering and Digital Science Engineering School, ECAM, the Industrial, Mechanical and Electrical Engineering School, Isara, Agriculture, Food Science, Agribusiness and Environmental Science Engineering School, and at the end, ITECH, Chemistry and Materials-Based Polymer Sciences Engineering School. Today, you'll also have the possibility to interact with our speakers and ask them questions. So talking about that, I'd like to remind you that after the presentation, we will have a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask direct questions to the panelists. So don't be shy and just type all of your questions in the Q&A section here on Zoom, and we'll go through them at the end of the webinar. Also, last but not least, for those of you interested in receiving a certificate of attendance by Doxity for this free masterclass, stay tuned because we will post a link to get the certificate at the end of the session. Okay, so I think that we are able to start now. I can see some other participants that are joining, so welcome again. And without further ado, I am now leaving the floor to Nicoletta for the presentation, and see you later. Enjoy the presentation.
Thank you, Carolina. Welcome, everyone. So I'm Nicoletta Di Bartolomeo. I'm the General Delegate of IPL. Just to let you know what's really IPL. So IPL is the acronym for Institut Polytechnique de Lyon, Lyon Polytechnic Institute. And it's basically a collaborative platform where we share best practices and where we create projects of common interest for the four member schools. Our fields of expertise are international mobilities. We also organize trainings for staff and teachers of the member schools, and we provide doctors to the four schools for everything related to students and student health and well-being. So as Carolina told you, our four schools are four engineering schools. They're all based in Lyon. So you all know Paris, the capital of France. We are 2 hours train from Paris, 1.5 hours from Geneva. So we're quite at the center of Europe. Lyon, it's a top choice city for students. It's the second largest student city in France, just after Paris area. And we're based in the first industrial region in France. This means that in the region, in Lyon area, there's a lot of companies, businesses, international companies, such as, for example, SEB or Babola or Sanofi, companies that are related to industries like metal processing, like chemical, pharmaceutical, energy. So it's a quite dynamic atmosphere here. Lyon is also a top quality life with special offers and advantages for students, like, for example, for transportation, for cultural events. It's also known as the French capital of gastronomy. There are like 2,400 restaurants in the city. Some of them are Michelin star awarded. So basically you eat quite well here in Lyon. There's also a lot of cultural activities all over the year. We have the Festival of Lights in December, but also a lot of music festivals, a cinema festival, because you might not know it, but Lyon is actually the city where cinema was born. So just before leave the floor to the schools, I would like to give you a glimpse into the French system of engineering schools, because it might be quite complicated if you really don't know it if you're not in France. So basically, an engineering school, it lasts 3 years, but you don't access an engineering school just after your high school diploma. If after your high school diploma, you already know that you want to access an engineering school, you will have to have a prep school, a prep course. It's basically 2 years training in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. This prep school can be inside the engineering school or outside. But also, if you do not know after your high school diploma, if you want to pursue your studies in an engineering school, you might access a university course or a special ed school, and after you can access the engineering school of your choice according to the studies you have done. Basically, an engineering school wants to know if you have studied enough of the discipline, of the expertise of their engineering school. So our 4 IPL member schools can be different in discipline, in fields of expertise, in size, but they all have, I think, 3 key points in common. First of all, they're a human size institution. They're not a big university like thousands of students. The 4 schools combined are 4,500 students. So this means that each institution can really support each student basically individually. The second point is, of course, academic excellence. They provide high-level scientific and technical trainings, but they also want to combine these trainings with complementary skills. For example, in management, sustainability, inclusion. Basically, they want to train excellent engineers, but also excellent citizens for a more inclusive society and a greener planet. The third key point is actually employability. The 4 schools have really close ties with industries and businesses in the Lyon area, but also nationwide. And that it will help students to have a really good jobs afterwards. The insertion rate for the students of the school is quite high. It's like 98% of the students finding a job just 4 months after their diploma. So enough for me for IPL general information. I would like to leave the floor to my colleague Nicolas from CPE Lyon.
Thank you, Nicoletta. Thank you. So hello all, nice to meet you. I'm Nicolas. I work for the International Relations Office at CPE Lyon. First of all, CPE Lyon is a French Grandes Ecoles, an engineering school, one of the 230-ish engineering schools in France. Our school is specialized in 2 fields, mainly chemistry and chemical engineering on one hand, and digital science and technologies on the other hand. Below you will find, of course, the link to the school for more information, if it has not been sent to you yet. Just a few words about the school. So the school is a relatively historic school, since it was created first in 1883. It's a school that is a member of the Lyon University. So we are actually located on the Lyon campus, on the scientific campus. There's around 35,000 students on this campus. Nicoletta, if you mind showing the next slide. So about CPE Lyon, so as Nicoletta said before, we're all human-sized schools. Our school is the medium-sized school with around 1,600 students and around 350 graduates each year for the engineering diploma, which is after the 5th year, so it's the same as a master's degree. Also, the alumni network is really strong with around 8,500 alumni all over the world. There's also lots of research labs directly inside the school, or the school is affiliated to research centers and labs all around the campus. So all of our teachers are actually not only teachers, but researchers at the same time. And of course, the international part is very important as well, with over 90 university partners all around the world. Just a quick word. Yeah, the school is really proud about the 3 Nobel Prizes that come from CPE Lyon. One of them has been the director of the school, Victor Guignard, and the 2 other ones were actually students at CPE Lyon. 2 of them got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, and 1 got it in Peace for his work on environmental change in 2007, Jean Jouzel. So just a quick word about the structure of the study programs. So as I said, CPE Lyon is one school, which has 2 departments. In orange, you will see the Digital Science and Technologies department, which has 4 different programs, diplomas. The first one is probably the most important because it's the one that is accessible for international students. It's called Electronics, Telecommunications, and Computer Science. You can integrate all these programs in year 3 or 4 or 5 after your high school diploma. By the way, the school, as Nicoletta said, so there's 2 different things. There's 2 years of prep school and then 3 years of engineering school. At CPE Lyon, we have both. So we offer the prep school, which is inside the city of Lyon, and then the school is on the outskirts. But you can actually follow the whole 5 years if you wish to. And then, yes, the second department is the Chemistry and Chemical Engineering department. Here you can access 2 diplomas. The first would be Chemistry and Chemical Engineering, the main diploma, which has the most students. And then starting next year, we will open a new diploma, which is called European Biotechnology for Sustainability, which will be in English entirely. It's only going to open in September 2025. So yeah, for next school year. But you're welcome to apply to this diploma as well if you wish. Nicoletta, please, the next slide. Yes, so as it was mentioned before, engineering schools are much different to the university system, let's say. First of all, because of course students have lots of practical work per week. I think at CPE Lyon we have around 12 hours of practical work per week. Generally speaking, students have much more hours of class. You can say that the level tends to be higher at some point. And also there's this connection to the industry, to the professional aspects of students. For example, I think this is the case for all of the 4 schools in Lyon. We all have mandatory internships for our students. For example, at CPE Lyon, here you can read year 3, 4, and 5, for example. These would be the last 3 years of your studies. You have to do internships. You have to do a short internship during year 3, but then a longer one during year 4. Also, a specialty of CPE Lyon is that many of the students do a gap year between the before last and last year. The gap year is a sort of a long-term internship, which can be 6 or 12 months. They remain students during that internship, but then they come back and to finish their studies, but they already have a full year of experience in a company or a research lab. And then finally, this is the case for all engineering schools in France. During the last year of the studies, students have to do a 6 months internship, which is strongly related to what they studied, to what specialty they did, or et cetera, et cetera. Below, we will find a list of companies that we have partnerships with, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, this was just to show the point that engineering schools have really strong links with the industry and also with the national research system, generally speaking. Next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, just a quick word about career outcomes at CPE Lyon. So for the two main diplomas, so chemistry and chemical engineering, and electronics, telecommunications, and computer science. For the first one, most of the students finish up working in, of course, in the chemical industry or in the consulting area. But we have more and more students going for research and development, and also for the pharma industry. It's becoming very popular. And then, of course, I think my colleagues will explain a bit more, but chemistry can be applied to almost everything. So you can pretty much work in any industry that uses chemistry techniques, I would say. And then for the electronics, for the computer science, I mean, for the digital science part, most of our students finish up working in ICT services or in engineering consulting firms, but also in industry. Lots of them actually go for, I mean, lots of them, a good part goes for education and research. So they, we have lots of teachers actually that are alumni of CPE Lyon, which is funny. And then same as for chemistry, digital science, computer science, the telecoms are used everywhere. So you can work for the state, for the army, for a naval industry, et cetera, et cetera. Above, you will find some percentages of salaries after your diploma. The second small cube is probably interesting because you can see that many students actually historically engineering students don't tend to continue with a PhD after they get their engineering degree. Nowadays, of course, it's more and more the case, but historically they're supposed to be fit for the professional world after their diploma. But at CPE Lyon, since we are that close to research centers and research dynamics, actually lots of students continue for PhDs. And yes, I will leave the word to my colleague. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask them in the chat or contact Carolina afterwards for our contact information. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Laurine Planche. I am a promotion and admission officer at ECAM LaSalle. So ECAM LaSalle, so nice to meet you. ECAM LaSalle is a graduate school of engineering that was founded in 1900 by the LaSallian brothers. Our school ties research, teaching, and innovation, and has developed strong ties with industries, its creation. We welcome around 2,000 students on a beautiful, small-scale and green campus with modern facilities, labs, school factories. We are lucky we're located right in the heart of Lyon. We offer several engineering programs, but today I'm only going to talk about the ECAM engineering program. The ECAM engineering program is a 5-year engineering course in mechanical and electrical engineering. When this program was launched in 2016, it was the first 5-year engineering course taught in English in France. You can join this program in year 1, 2, 3, or 4. If I summarize, the first 2 years of the programs of this program are dedicated to the fundamentals of engineering. So you will study lots of math, physics, engineering sciences the first years. And then our students have to choose what we call a pathway, so a specialization that they start the second semester of year 3 and that they keep until year 5. And so we offer 4 different pathways that you see on the screen, on the right side of the screen. Our students in the ECAM engineering program study year 5 abroad in one of our partner universities, which means that when they graduate with a double degree diploma. They obtain a mechanical and electrical engineering degree from ECAM LaSalle, so recognized as a master level diploma, as well as a Master of Science in their specialization from one of our partner universities. So it's definitely a true international program because you graduate with a French engineering degree and a Master of Science from another country. I would like to point out that if you join this program in year 4, you will only be able to choose one of the 2 specializations that are marked with an asterisk, so either industrial engineering and supply chain management, or sustainable energy and environmental engineering. And also those students don't study abroad during year 5. They stay on our campus. They study for 1 semester the transformation of industries based on lean principles. And then they do their final engineer internship. And so those students only graduate with a mechanical and electrical engineering degree from ECAM LaSalle because they don't study abroad. In this program, so the students have to do 3 mandatory internships. We want to make sure that you are able to acquire some international experience while you are studying at ECAM LaSalle. You can do your internships in France or abroad. The ECAM engineering program is a hands-on program. You will have many labs and practical classes in small groups. So we can welcome around 130 students in year 1, but for all the practical and classes and labs, you will be in groups of 14 to 16 students only. So you will get to know your teachers and fellow classmates. Also, the ECAM engineering program, as I said, is a program with a true international dimension. So this program is taught in English. Students who don't speak French have to take French as a foreign language. And like I said, you will be studying year 5 abroad. And there is also an academic semester abroad during year 3. Nicoletta, you can show the next slide, please. In terms of admissions, so we will open our admissions platform from November 15 to May 31st, so for international students. In terms of admissions process, so you have to complete 5 steps. You have to submit an online application on our admissions platform. Then you will be invited to take a scientific test as well as an online interview. Then you will also have to prove your English proficiency because this is a program taught in English. Important to note that we organize 1 admission board per month from January up until June 2025. So we assess the application as soon as they are ready. Students who come from a country covered by the Études en France procedure must also apply through the Études en France platform. And in terms of admission criteria, so you can actually see them on the right side of the page. So we have an age limit for each entry year. We also have some language requirements. Please note that for year 4, we ask that the students have at least a C1 level in English and a B1 level in French. For the other years, we only ask a B2 level in English. And in terms of academic background, obviously, we're looking for students with a scientific background. So high school students must study physics and mathematics during the last 2 years of high school. And then for year 2, 3, or 4, so we accept students who have started or completed undergraduate studies. Your current syllabus must correspond to the core themes taught in the ECAM engineering program. So Nicola, you can show the next slide. Obviously, if you have questions about the admissions process, feel free to contact the admissions office. You can see our email address on the screen. So it's admissions@ecam.fr. In terms of career outcomes, many students ask us, what can I do after the ECAM engineering program? So the great thing about the ECAM engineering program is that it guarantees a high level of employability. Our students are able to work in a wide range of growth sectors. So every year, industry, transportation, and energy are the main sectors, but we also have students who go to computing and IT, constructions and public works, consulting, some continue and do research. So you will have many opportunities. You should know that more than 93% of our graduates find a job within 2 months after graduating. And we also have 9,400 alumni all around the world. So you can also contact the alumni network if you're interested in applying to jobs abroad or in many different countries. They are always here to help you. It's part of our values. If you have questions about the ECAM engineering program, I'll be happy to answer to them at the end of the webinar. Otherwise, as I can say, feel free to contact the admissions office whenever. We also organize in-person and online events throughout the school year. And to register for those events, you have to log into our websites. And our next webinar given by a current year 3 ECAM engineering student will take place on November 19th at 6:30 p.m. French time. So if you want to learn from a student perspective, please feel free to register for this event. It was nice speaking with you, and I'll answer your questions at the end. Thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Paul Debossé, coordinator of international strategic partnerships at Isara. Isara is also an engineering school specialized in agriculture, agribusiness, and environment. The school was created in 1968 at the request of the professional sector. It is a private school, but we are recognized as being of general interest. Our 2 fields of expertise are innovation and entrepreneurship, agroecology, and sustainable food systems. From the beginning, Isara developed strong relations with companies and professional organizations in the food sector. Today, Isara's campus in Lyon is located in Agrapole, which is a center of expertise that gathers more than 50 professional agricultural organizations. As for academics, Isara offers a wide range of bachelor and master level curricula in agriculture, food science, social science, agribusiness, and environmental science. All these higher education, of course, programs are offered to international students. And within the framework of this webinar, we take the opportunity to present one of Isara's Master of Science, the Master of Science, Sustainable Food Systems. So this Master of Science deals with sustainability, of course, in food processing and food production activities. Why this Master of Science? As you know, leading companies in the food industry indicate that sustainability is a crucial aspect for their activity, and that there is a high demand for qualified professionals able to understand the topics of sustainability from farm to fork and how to integrate and implement sustainability in the food chain. As you can see, it's a European double degree. Indeed, it is delivered in association with another European institution, the Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore. This university is one of the largest private universities in Europe. It is distinguished for international recognition and its student services. In Italy, it has a key position in the northern part of the Italian food valley, where more than 50,000 agricultural businesses are based. What does double degree mean concretely? It means that at the end of the program, students will be awarded the master degree Laurea Magistrale from the Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore, and also the Master of Science accredited by French Conférence des Grandes Écoles, from Isara. About the curriculum, so as you can see, for the first semester, students should attend courses in Italy, where they are originally accepted. In the second semester, they have the choice of staying in Italy or to take part in an exchange with Ghent University in Belgium. The third semester takes place at Isara. It is a comprehensive applied semester enabling students to incorporate transversal and soft skills. It will include also group works in strong cooperation with partner industries. During the fourth semester, students carried a master thesis at Isara, at Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore, but the internship can also be carried out in a food organization or a food company. The master thesis includes an independent project, research and data analysis on a topic related to sustainability in food supply chain, and also a written thesis and an oral defense. So as you can see, the program offers a good balance between theory and practice. And we are done with the program. Food graduates have the knowledge on the complete chain of the food industry from farm to fork and are able to identify and control the factors affecting sustainability in this chain. So yes, this slide is correct. Thank you, Nicoletta. So as you can see, the international perspective is also an integrated part of this degree and its learning environment. Most students of the Master of Science Sustainable Food System are international students coming from all over the world, from Europe, of course, but also from Africa, Asia, and Latin America. We do also welcome North American students, especially from the United States. As mentioned previously, Isara, but also La Cattolica, have strong relations with companies and professionals in the food sector. It's important to understand that the curriculum is developed on the basis of advice from these industrial partners. This leads to master thesis, but also job opportunities in renowned companies or organizations such as Bonduelle, Danone Group, or Lactalis. About the job prospects, they are definitely excellent. Graduates of this program are strong candidates for management position in small and medium enterprises in the food industry. Indeed, graduates have a strong basis within sustainable food production and a profound understanding of the supply chain. This enabled them to integrate sustainability issues in every step of the production, as they have experience with all departments within a company, with going from research and development, sales, to marketing and finance. In this way, they are able to work with an integrated approach to problems within a company, and this creates very flexible career opportunities, both nationally and internationally. Typical job opportunities will be project manager or managing positions, within the fields of supply chain, quality and safety, production and processes, sustainable development, or food system innovation. In the end, more than 90% of graduates find a job within 6 months after graduation. Next slide, please, Nicoletta. So you will find all the necessary information about the Master of Science on its dedicated website, information about the curriculum, the learning outcomes, the teaching methods, application and procedures. As for application, they are already open and until the beginning of April. So this Master of Science is open to anyone who is interested in exploring further the concept of sustainability in relation to production processes. The candidates shall have completed a bachelor degree in food, agricultural or nutrition sciences. But it is also open to students with an economic or social background, as soon as they can prove that they took at least a certain number of credits in courses dealing with the above sciences, that's to say food, agricultural, or nutrition sciences. The fees of this master program are 6,400 euros per year for early birds. Please note that this amount does not include the living expenses or the health insurance and so on. And about the funding, it's important to mention that Isara has its own endowment fund named Terra Isara, and this allows the school to offer scholarships to international students. These scholarships can cover up to half of the tuition fees. You have also on the right of the slide the links toward the other available programs at Isara, the engineering degree, of course, the bachelor degree, and we have also 2 other Masters of Sciences in agroecology. That's it for my side. So thank you very much for your attention. And I remain, of course, available should you have any questions. And we will definitely be happy to welcome you on board next year. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Julie Ponvian, the Head of International Relations at ITECH Lyon. I will try to be brief because you already had a lot of information. So first, thank you for being with us today. I will say a few words about the school. So ITECH Lyon is an engineering school, and it's a very old school because it was founded over a century ago. We have very close links with companies because we were created at their request. What does that mean? It means that companies in our sectors, that is to say textile, leather, formulation chemistry, and plastic materials, are sitting in our board of directors, and they play a very important role in our school in its projects and its developments. Next slide, please, Nicoletta. I will try to describe our main program in ITECH. So our main program is a Master of Engineering in Applied Chemistry, and we have 4 majors or 4 specializations. The first one is formulation chemistry. So in this specialization, the engineers will try to learn to formulate paints, inks, and cosmetics. The second one is laser technology. So in these majors, our engineers will try to learn the transformation of raw skin to laser and their application. The third one is plastic materials. So in this specialty, the students will learn to master the eco-design of plastic parts and all the techniques for implementing and characterizing these materials. And the last one is our textile materials specialty. So in this one, our engineer will learn about textile innovation, and will manage the control quality. Just a quick overview about the organization of our engineering degree. So you see that during semesters 5 and 6, so the first year of our school, the student will do the core curriculum. Then during the second year, during semester 7, all the students will go abroad in one of our 4 partner universities in Barcelona, in Spain, in Lisboa, in Portugal, in Sherbrooke, in Canada, and in Zagreb, in Croatia. Then they will come back to France, and at ITECH, they will focus on the chosen major, so textile, leather, formulation chemistry, and plastic materials. And then during the final year, they will keep focusing on the chosen major during semester 7, and the final semester will be the end of studies internship in a company. Yes, just a few words about the companies where our alumni work for each specialty, big groups. So, for example, in formulation chemistry, Dior, L'Oréal, in leather technology, for example, Hermès, Louis Vuitton, for plastic materials, Decathlon. So you have all a lot of examples where our alumni can work. And next one, please, Nicoletta. As I was saying in my introduction, our school has very strong links with companies, and this has a direct impact on the employment rate of our students. So if you see the slide, the majority of our students manage to find a job only 5 months after graduation, and the majority of them can earn a very attractive salary. In terms of sectors of the companies where the graduates work, you can see that we have luxury, chemical industry, manufacturing of plastic parts, textile manufacturing, clothing, expertise, and innovation center. And yes, I will say that for the moment, the big sector for our school and our specialization is luxury. That's why they can earn a very attractive salary. About the fees, our engineering degree will cost you around 8,000 euros a year, but you can apply for scholarships. And if you are interested to apply, I will very pleased to reply to you and to give you the contact of my Mexican colleague, Alan Guerrero, in charge of recruitment. So please do not hesitate to contact us if you have some question, because I know that our engineering system in France can be very complicated for exchange students and for international students. So feel free to ask everything you want to ask, and we will be very pleased to reply to your question. So I think that it is all for me. We still have 15 minutes for a Q&A session. So if you have some questions, feel free to write your question in the chat, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Hello again, and thank to all our panelists for the really interesting presentation. I would say let's go straight to the questions since time's running fast and we have high interest. Okay, so the first one is, can I participate in research projects or innovation labs as part of the programs?
In which schools?
It is not indicated. I think it's in general. I don't know if one of your schools offers labs or some specific projects of research, for example.
In the ECAM engineering program, there is an innovation project in year 4. And so it's a group project. Usually the students have to to work on an innovative solution, and they work from basically they start by analyzing the problem, and then they develop a prototype, and then basically they work on this project for the entire year, and at the end they have to present their project in front of a jury and come up with a innovative product that answers like a problematic. So the range of it can be very diverse depending on what the students are interested in. And we do have labs, and they can use the facilities offered at ITECH LaSalle for this project for sure. We have our Fab Lab, for example. We have a GINA center with some connected manufacturing tools, so they can use all the facilities.
Thank you so much.
And just to add that, as we mentioned all in the presentation, we all have in the 4 schools a very strong links with industry. And these strong links with industry will imply that you will have to work on research project linked with problems, the concrete problems of industry. So do not worry about this. If you want to do innovative if you want to work on innovation on industry project, you will have a lot of opportunities to work with industries, because it's one of the things that it's key in each school of this consortium, the strong links with companies, with industries, and the support of industries.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. I see so many questions about the scholarships, of course. If you offer fully funded scholarships, if there are any scholarships for courses in computer science, or I'm looking at the questions because I saw so many questions about the scholarships. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but after the webinar, you will receive an email with the recording of the webinar, so you can take a look again at all the email contacts. And in the email as well, you will see the contacts of all the 4 schools, so you can ask all your questions and maybe present your current situation and your needs, so that the schools can answer specifically to your questions. But I don't know if you want to give a general overview about the scholarships, or if we want to skip to the next more precise questions.
Yes, I can just say a few words about the FL scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
The FL scholarships is for every international student that wanted to apply for a master in France. So you will have to contact directly the institution in which you are going to apply. And it's a very attractive scholarship because they are going to have an allowance for each month. And it's for candidates of excellence, but the opening of this scholarship, it was just last week, I guess, and you have to submit your application before mid-January. So please have a look at the FL Master FL scholarships. It's very attractive and it's opened, and if you are interested, you have to finalize your application before mid-January, I guess. So have a look, and I think we will try to reply to more questions, but please have a look to the FL Master FL scholarship for international students.
Great, thank you. And I also can see that there are some questions about the level of English required. Can you give more information, since I see that some of the students don't have a high level of English, some other have done some courses but are not sure about their level. So
I don't know if it's the same for all the programs, but for the ECAM engineering program, you need a B2 level if you enter the program in year 1, 2, and 3, and a C1 level in English if you enter the program in year 4.
At ITECH Lyon, we require a B2 level in French if you are going to do the engineering program in French, and a B2 level in English if you are going to do the engineering program in English.
It's the same for Isara. For the Master of Science, we expect a B2 level from the student in English. If the student is interested in the engineering program, which is taught in French, a B2 level in French will be required.
And sorry, for CPE Lyon, it's a B1 and B1 in French for the French program, and in English for the English program that is opening next year.
fantastic, thank you. And what kind of support do you provide for students moving to Lyon from abroad?
I can take this if you want. So you have basically a welcome team. You have members of international relation working at each school, who provide you information about visa, about immigration if you need a visa, for example. But we also have a person in charge of incoming mobility here at IPL. We give the international students all the information about immigration, about papers they have to take with them once they arrive. We provide accommodation, and this is a really strong point because accommodation can be quite difficult in Lyon. It's, as I said, the second largest student city in France. So during the summer, all the students are looking for an accommodation, and we are able to provide accommodation for the international students incoming, the incoming students for the first time. Once they arrive, the schools and IPL, we give them all the information they need once they arrive. This means that after all the immigration issues, we focus on health issues, how they what they have to do to have the special card for the health security, what they have to do to open a bank account, for example. We provide information about how to find a job, actually, because we have a lot of incoming students wishing to find a small job just to integrate more and to gain some money. So we did it in French and English. We also like to create some integration moment, let's call it like this, more cultural events when we gather all the international students in order for them to, first of all, know each other, and second of all, to know better the city.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. And so another question is, does the electrical engineering school offer opportunities to work on cutting-edge projects in renewable energy or electric vehicles?
I would guess that by electric engineering school, he means us, CPE Lyon.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. We're the only one that do that, so probably. Let me read the question. So actually, yes, CPE Lyon is closely related. I mean, we are part of a lab on the campus that's called the City Lab, so CITI. and it's a lab that actually works on connecting technologies and people. So they work on themes like smart cities, etc., etc. I mean, greener cities, but it's all related to computer science. So they won't do any mechanical engineering over there, but it's all digital. I don't know if this answers your questions. Concerning electric vehicles, I would say that nowadays a lot of our students are interested in batteries. We don't have any concrete courses around electric vehicles or lithium-ion batteries or etc. But I think it's a topic that is taken by lots of our students. And when you mean to work on cutting-edge projects, I can kind of add to the first question that was asked. Projects are a big part of the engineering degrees. Students at our school have to work twice a year on, for example, on 2-month-long projects where they can choose a topic, or the researchers or / teachers give them topics to work on. The idea is, as was said before, to make a link between innovation, research, and industry. So working on projects is a really big thing at any of our schools, I would say.
Thank you so much. And another question that I think could be connected to this one is, are there any specific courses or projects focused on sustainable construction or smart city infrastructure?
I'm going to answer this one as well. It kind of, very related to the question before. Lots of our digital science students actually do their internships or work at this famous city lab once they're done with their degree. And as I said again, many of our teachers work for that lab and are really concerned about questions such as Internet of Things and smart cities, etc. So there's, I think I can, if you're interested, I can send you a more detailed course description. And we actually have courses now on Internet of Things and smart cities. It's not a main degree, of course, but yes, you would learn such things during this degree here.
Fantastic, yeah. Thank you. And another question that I can see is if the programs, I think it refers to some more general programs, could be also purchased hybrid or online, or all the courses have to be follow in presence?
There's no hybrid courses for us, for CPE Lyon.
Okay, thank you.
It's the same at ECAM LaSalle.
Okay, great. And another question is, what resources or labs are available for students interested in AI, machine learning, or cybersecurity research?
I'm going to answer this one again. I don't know what you mean by resources, but there's 5 different labs in the area of digital science and technologies and electronics directly attached to the school, but there's many more on the campus. Once again, inside this diploma, we have different majors or specializations. Some are very centered on AI and machine learning, which is actually the most popular at the moment. Cybersecurity would be the second most popular. And then once again, all students have to do short-term or long-term internships during their studies. 20% of them also continue with a PhD after their engineering degrees. And yes, absolutely, there's a big link with all these recent and trendy topics such as AI and machine learning. We have lots of teachers that are actually passionate about the subject.
Thank you again. And the last question I can see, it could be for Nicoletta again. So a student asks, is the student accommodation a limited number or all the internationals could benefit from it?
We have a partnership with several residents here in Lyon. So just before summer, we signed the partnership asking these residents for a number of accommodations according to the number of newly incoming students. So I think that every international incoming student can benefit from an accommodation with us for the first year. So it's really for the incoming students. If an international student arrive for the first year and then want to stay for the second and third year because it's for the long-term career, since the second year you will have to check the accommodation by himself, but all incoming international students can benefit from it.
Fantastic. I think it's a good news. Okay, so I don't see any other questions, but of course, you can see, as I was saying before, you will see all the contacts of all the 4 schools in the email that you will receive. You can see the recording of this webinar and take a look again at all the presentation, at all the academical offer of IPL. So if you want to receive the certificate of attendance by Doxity for this masterclass, you can click in the link that I'm sending in the chat right now and request it. So I would like to thank all our panelists for their really interesting presentation and for being with us today. And also I would like all the students that remained with us. And of course, I hope to see you again in the next webinar organized by Doxity. And thank you so much. Have a nice day and have a nice evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, Carolina. Thank you, Nicoletta.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.